It's a universal trope of horror movies. A door slams shut with no one near it, a picture frame flies off the wall, or a child's toy begins to move on its own. But for a significant number of people, this is not fiction. It is a terrifying, baffling reality. The phenomenon of objects being moved, thrown, or manipulated by an unseen force, known as telekinesis in fiction, and more accurately in paranormal circles as recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, RSPK, or simply poltergeist activity, is one of the most compelling and disruptive categories of paranormal experience. Unlike a fleeting shadow or a cold spot, the movement of an object is a tangible, physical event that leaves evidence. Consider the difference between feeling a sudden chill and watching a heavy book slide across a table. One is subjective and easily dismissed. The other is a direct challenge to our understanding of physics. The types of activity reported are varied in scale, but consistent in their defiance of normal explanation. From small items like keys and coins being displaced to large furniture shifting across rooms, these events force us to question the boundaries of reality and the possibility that consciousness itself might interact with the physical world in ways we do not yet understand. One account from a paranormal forum user illustrates this eerily. My grandmother's necklace, which we kept in a locked jewelry box after she passed, kept appearing on the kitchen table. We'd put it back, lock the box, and a day later, there it was. It wasn't until we finally said out loud, "We see it, Grandma, we miss you too," that it stopped. Stories like this are common in paranormal research. The Enfield poltergeist case in the 1970s featured furniture sliding and objects being thrown, with multiple witnesses including police officers. In the Rosenheim poltergeist case, lights flickered and phones rang spontaneously, all documented by electrical engineers. These events often center around a specific person, usually an adolescent, suggesting a psychological component. For example, in the Enfield case, the activity seemed to revolve around two sisters. The consistency across cultures and centuries hints at a deeper mystery. From ancient Roman accounts of stones falling from the sky to modern-day reports in suburban homes, the pattern remains strikingly similar. It's as if this phenomenon is a universal human experience, waiting to be understood. Before leaping to a spiritual conclusion, science offers several compelling, non-paranormal explanations. One common cause is natural gas leaks, which can cause hallucinations and a sense of presence. For instance, methane exposure from faulty pipes has been linked to reports of ghostly figures. Another is infrasound, low-frequency sound waves below human hearing that can vibrate objects and induce feelings of anxiety. Experiments have shown that infrasound at certain frequencies can make a room feel unsettling and even cause visual distortions. Electromagnetic fields from faulty wiring can also create sensations of being watched and affect brain function, leading to perceived paranormal experiences. In many cases, what appears to be a moving object is actually a trick of the eye or a draft from an open window. Skeptics argue that confirmation bias leads people to remember the hits and forget the misses, such as when a cup falls off a shelf during a calm moment. However, these explanations don't cover all cases, especially those with multiple witnesses and physical evidence like photographs or video footage. The gap between natural and paranormal explanations remains a fertile ground for investigation. For those who believe the phenomena are genuinely external, several theories dominate. One leading idea is that poltergeist activity is not caused by spirits, but by the unconscious mind of a living person, often a teenager undergoing emotional stress. This is called recurrent spontaneous psychokinesis, RSPK. The theory suggests that intense emotions like anger or grief can unconsciously influence the physical environment. Parapsychologist William Roll documented many cases where objects moved around a specific individual, such as a young boy whose anger seemed to trigger flying dishes. This connects to the broader concept of psychokinesis, the ability of the mind to affect matter. If true, it means our consciousness is far more powerful than we imagine, capable of bending reality at a micro level. Imagine a person in a state of extreme distress. Their brain might emit a burst of energy that nudges a nearby object, similar to how a radio transmitter sends signals. While this idea remains controversial, it offers a naturalistic explanation that doesn't require ghosts or demons, only the untapped potential of the human mind. From a spiritual viewpoint, object manipulation is often attributed to ghosts, demons, or ancestral spirits. Many cultures believe that the dead can interact with the physical world, especially if they have unfinished business. In some traditions, a moving object is a sign of a trapped soul trying to communicate, like a loved one knocking on a wall to get attention. Others view it as demonic activity, where malevolent entities seek to cause fear and disrupt lives. The Catholic Church has specific rites for blessing homes plagued by such phenomena, such as the rite of exorcism for haunted houses. In shamanic traditions, shamans may intervene to guide spirits to the afterlife through rituals involving smoke and drums. These explanations offer comfort and a framework for dealing with the unknown, but they also raise questions about the nature of the afterlife and the soul's connection to matter. For instance, if a spirit can move a cup, what does that imply about the physical properties of the soul? These perspectives remind us that the paranormal is deeply intertwined with our cultural and religious beliefs, shaping how we interpret the unexplained. In the world of Robert J.R. Graham's The Resonance Code trilogy, the movement of objects by an unseen force is not just a parlor trick of a ghost. It is a symptom of a fundamental breakdown in reality itself, a literal unstitching of the composition. The trilogy presents a universe where reality is a delicate fabric, a symphony of vibrations and intentions. The malevolent force of Luzige, the Locust King, and the primordial first wound create dissonance in this composition. When this happens, the laws of physics begin to fray at the edges. In our world, a moving object is a mystery that challenges our understanding of physics. In the universe of the Resonance Code, it is a warning siren, a sign that the very rules of existence are under attack. Imagine a piano string that snaps from being overstretched. Similarly, reality can break when too much discordant energy is applied. This fictional framework offers a creative way to think about poltergeist activity, not as random events, but as cracks in the foundation of reality, hinting at a deeper cosmic order that we are only beginning to perceive. If you're intrigued by the idea that consciousness can influence matter, you might want to explore your own psychic potential. One simple exercise is the psi wheel. Cut a paper triangle, balance it on a pin under a glass dome, and focus your intention on making it spin. The glass dome prevents air currents from interfering. Another is to try influencing a pendulum. Hold a pendulum steady and will it to swing in a specific direction. Many practitioners believe that belief and relaxation are key, stress blocks psychic ability. Start with short sessions of 5 minutes daily, ideally in a quiet room with dim lighting. Record your results in a journal, noting the time, your emotional state, and any movements observed. Even if nothing happens, you're training your mind to focus. Remember, patience is crucial. Psychokinesis is not a parlor trick, but a subtle skill that may take months or years to develop. Some people report success after consistent practice, while others never see results. The journey itself can be rewarding, as it deepens your understanding of your own mind and its potential connection to the physical world.